Hello everyone. Sorry here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. I am here creating a nice simple Easter card using the Sugar Egg Builder stamp set and die. This was a mini release earlier this week and it coordinates with the egg-shaped card die. Here are the dies in here. So there's the coordinating dies, but it also has two egg shapes that allow you to create a border, a shaker, and it coordinates, like I said, with that other egg that was released earlier in February. So I'm going to be creating a very simple shaker card. I'm not going to be using this die. I will be using the envelope pouches that Trinity sells. And this will create that one where it's over the whole panel. It's going to be a relatively simple card, but it's still quite pretty. So let's start crafting. What we're going to do is grab some brown cardstock and the Sugar Egg Builder stamp set. We're going to do some heat embossing, and the idea is we're going to kind of give the illusion that this is like royal icing on a chocolate egg. This is something my dad used to give me as a child, my brothers, all the time for Easter. And it would have our name written on it. And it was always a chocolate hollow egg with icing on it. And it was always just white and then the chocolate egg. So that's what's inspired for this. I decided that it would be fun to create this type of card. So we'll grab our Versamark ink. This is an embossing ink. I've already used some anti-static powder, and I'm going to ink this twice just to make sure that I have some good coverage. And of course using the stamp platform to make sure that it's always in the same spot. And that looks pretty good. So we'll just grab some scrap paper and my white embossing powder, and we're going to coat it all completely, shake it off, and then we will pull out our heat gun to set this. I'm thinking this is looking pretty good already. And then of course when we finally get it all heat up, it will look even better. And there we go. We can start seeing that embossing powder melting, and it's just looking really nice on that brown cardstock there. Yeah, just take a little time and make sure your gun is nice and heated before you start, and the process will go nice and smoothly. And I'm going to bring out my cloth just to wipe off any of that powder that I've added, just to make sure that it's all nice and clean and ready for some die cutting. And I'm going to grab the smaller die, the egg one, and that's going to give me a nice little egg for our card. It's going to fit on the A2 size nicely. I grabbed some low tack tape because the paper is a little warped. This will help ensure that that die does not move out of place, and it's going to be exactly where I want it. And there we go. Now to just kind of up the scale of this, instead of making it so flat looking, I'm going to add some distress ink. This is Gathered Twig. And don't worry about the embossing powder or like the embossing area being inked, because you can wipe it off. It may leave the tiniest little stain, but it's not that noticeable, at least for me. So I'm just going to go around all the edges, and then I'm going to get a little bit darker on the edge, like the very edge, just so that we have a nice blend, and it kind of gives that egg a bit of a shape. It's giving it more of a rounded edge because it has the dark edges. And then using the same cloth, I'm just going to wipe off that brown. Like I said, it comes off fairly easy. Maybe there's a little staining, but it's not that noticeable if there is. There we go. And here is the Trinity Stamps pouch, shaker pouch. There is a film on it, so if it looks a little cloudy, that is probably why. And I've cut a piece of pattern paper to be the size of 4 inches by 5¼ and that will fit this pouch perfectly. And this will also allow me to have a nice border on my card. So when I glue it to my card base, I'll have that 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch border. Using some double-sided tape, I'm just going to go around all the edges. This is a 1/4 inch tape, and that fits perfectly on those little tabs there. And I'm going to pre-fold them to make it so it's all ready. To continue with the ink blending so everything's not so flat, I'm going to bring in some Ocean Sea Salt, I believe it's called. Let me just double check. No, it's called Salty Ocean. It's one of my favorite blues from the Distress inks. And I'm just going to go over the edge, just kind of getting that vignette effect around the edges. It just creates a little bit more interest instead of being so flat. If you're looking for a clean design, then you can skip the inking. Now we'll just take off the release tape on 3 of the edges, and then I'm just going to press that down with the Trinity Stamps ergonomic Teflon tool, just so that it has a nice impression, so that it's not going to release when you start shaking the embellishments as one does. Okay, there we go. And what this will do is it will create like almost like a little rounded bevel to it because of the way you put it down, so that it's easy to fill in. And I'm going to take these chunky shreds. There's green and white, and I think these are kind of nice for Easter. And I'm just going to fill both of them in. I don't want to overfill it. Normally I do, but this way I'm going to just have it just a little bit, and that way when you shake it, it'll actually move around and not just be stuck in one place. So I'm just going to shake that up, get those 2 colors mixed up, and then that is how the card's going to look. But it's missing a sentiment. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the sentiments Happy Easter on some nice blue cardstock. We're going to pull out the anti-static powder again because we're going to heat boss this in white. Because I'm doing it in white, I decided to go with just a slightly darker blue so that it doesn't get lost, because I don't want the blue to stand out too much. So I want to match the pattern paper and not be really dark. So this is a nice happy medium. And I'm just going to stamp both of them since I have them both out at the same time. And I'm just going to stamp it once. I'm giving myself some confidence that I can do this without a stamping platform. And I'm pretty happy with the outcome. So there we go. Heat set that. It looks beautiful. And then what we'll do is we'll just die cut those out with the coordinating dies. And there we go. And that makes a nice tight sentiment. It looks really nice, especially on that blue. And it's just going to add a little bit of color to this egg, but not introduce a new color. Just to tie in all this ink blending we did, we'll continue with the blue on the sentiment. This way everything is inked and nice and cohesive. And just get our fingers nice and blue. If you're watching any videos by me in the recent times and you see blue fingers, this is why. You now know why I had blue fingers in different videos, but needless to say, it was needed to be done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to position the Happy Easter on the top and bottom. So it's going to be split, but I want it to be centered as best as possible. Pulling out my glue, it is a little bit clogged, so we're just going to clean that out. That always happens because I never put the pin back in right away. So I do have to deal with that often, but it's not a big deal. I think I can survive that. And we're just going to use our tweezers to get some nice control there. And there you go. Happy Easter. I think this is really sweet, and I just love how it looks. It really does look like a fine tip pastry piping, not pastry piping, just icing pipes. Piped icing, there we go, on a chocolate egg. Because this is going to be added to some plastic, I'm going to use the double-sided tape and some liquid glue. This way it can give me a little bit of wiggle room and hopefully give me a really good adhesion with the 2 types. And there we go. All we have to do now is find a card base to glue this on, and I decided to go with a craft cardstock. I think the craft in the blue really looks beautiful. I think I like it a lot. And you get that nice little edge. It's about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. We're going to use our double-sided tape because I have it out, also because it's quite a heavy-duty piece of card that we're putting down on the card base. So I want to really make sure it's on there. I don't want it to fall off because of the weight. And so we'll do the same thing, add a little bit of liquid glue so that we have a little bit of wiggle room in case I put it down crooked. And that is it. This is a very simple shaker card, but I absolutely love it. It brings some nostalgia to me. Let me know if you've ever had those chocolate eggs where someone actually does the icing on it. And it's just, I always looked forward to it as a kid. I hope you enjoyed this project. And until the next time, have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you all later. Take care. Bye.